Hello there and welcome. My name is Linda and this is channel Linda T70. I had to think there for a minute, didn't I? You're very welcome. Good to have your company, and if you are one of my regulars, a very big warm welcome to you, and if you're new, equally good to have you along today for the video, and I hope you watch more of my videos. By the way, I've got this camera. You probably don't care, but I feel duty bound to say something. When I look in the camera when it's recording, I seem quite a long way away from the camera. I'm probably about 2 foot away from it, and I can't really go, I can go a little bit further, but my face looks, when I watch my videos back on my TV screen, you know, once I've posted them, I look really close, so I'm sorry if you can see more of my wrinkles than you want to. And also I've got a bit of a crease up jumper on today. Sorry, it's clean and I couldn't be bothered to get my iron out. It's early this morning. So far it's Tuesday, the day I'm supposed to be posting this, and it's 8:10 in the morning, and I've got quite a lot to do today. And I had a bit of a disaster with my tumble dryer at the end of last week. My trusty tumble dryer, basically it stopped working, but it did have the good grace to stop working after it finished drying all my washing, so that was one good thing. So over the weekend I had to order another one, and I knew what I just basically wanted, the same same tumble dryer again, the same model. It's a Beko, and it's a 7 kilogram drum size, which is, you know, works well for the two of us. And I do, because we all have a lot of washing, don't we? No one has more than anybody else. It's just how quickly you do it, I suppose. But and I tried to order exactly the same tumble dryer, but I did struggle looking at price comparisons and availability. So I went, in the end I thought, oh well, I'll look at the Euronics chain, because I don't know if they're franchises or whatever, but rather than, I looked on Curry's and AO and John Lewis as well. And John Lewis would have been my preference, but they didn't have a comparable model, and I didn't want to spend lots of money on it. So I looked on the Euronics website, and they had somebody literally round the corner who had, well, they had the right model but with a bigger drum. And I thought, for a comparable price, and they do charge, most places seem to charge £25 to take away your old machine. And current husband said to me, oh well, I'll take it and I'll get rid of it, I'll take it to the tip, but it's all a hassle and it's got to sit somewhere until he can get rid of it, so it was worth the money. I mean, you can, lots of people leave things like that out on the pavement now, don't they, for somebody to collect, but I've tried that before, and whatever it was, I think it was an old washing machine, just didn't go, so it's just, you know, it's just in the way. But with everything else, it was all free delivery and everything, and they're ever so good. They delivered it a day early, so I'm pleased about that. So and it just about fit, because obviously it's bigger than the other one because the drum's bigger, but it does fit all right, so I'm pleased with that. And anyway, that's my tumble dryer situation. So I know, not that interesting, is it? But honestly, drying stuff in the winter, it seems either you just have everything hanging around in your house, which can be all right with airers and things. I know that they do some quite good, sort of all singing, all dancing airers now. But you've still got to have somewhere to put them that's not in the way, and not that many, unless you've got a what do you call it, utility room. I suppose that works, but then you'd probably have a tumble dryer if you had a utility room, and you don't want to keep using your tumble dryer, but honestly it's just so difficult. And sometimes even in the summer you have to use them, don't you, if the weather's just pouring with rain all the time and you want to actually get stuff to wear for the, you know, in quite short span of time. I do hang a lot of stuff around though, because you can't tumble dry everything, can you? Anyway, I don't know why I'm going on about this, but anyway, tumble dryer, got a new one, excellent. So anyway, hats off to Euronics. So if you live in the UK, I don't know whether they're anywhere else in the globe, but if you live in the UK, if you've got a local Euronics dealer, do give them a try. I'm looking for I don't know if they do TVs, because I'm looking for a little TV for in this room, which I haven't got round to spending much time on yet, but I'll give them a look and see if they've got anything like that, or whether it's just washing machines and tumble dryers, I don't know. Anyway, okay, breathe. So I did a little bit of, I'm getting in the Christmas mood now, there's no doubt about it. I'm getting a bit more Christmassy. We went out on Saturday, the two of us, because it's rare that current husband doesn't work on Saturday. In fact, he did have a little job in the morning, but I just went with him, and then we went to the garden centres afterwards. We went to 2 garden centres and had a look round. Now, I know this is banging on about Christmas, and I do appreciate there's lots of people out there who hate Christmas or don't believe in Christmas or whatever the situation is, but we're kind of going with the majority of people in this country, I think, in the UK, well, in my road. I don't know how you can sort of filter it down, but I think most of us join in with Christmas to a degree or another. So so this is a bit Christmassy, this conversation. As you know, if you've watched me before, I got rid of an awful lot of Christmas and Halloween decor in September. And I was quite pleased with myself. There's still quite a lot of boxes upstairs, but but everything that's in the boxes I wanted. The only thing I didn't go through was Christmas trees, because I've got some Christmas tree bags, and I know that I've got several Christmas trees, and I didn't know. It's hard to remember, isn't it, from one year to the next, exactly what things look like. I always think they get a bit muddled in my brain, and I think something looks like something, and then when I open the bag up and it's just, well, not completely different, but, you know, a bit different to what I remembered. I've got one of those flock Christmas trees that I bought about 3 or 4 years ago. Everything I say, don't I? I bought it 3 or 4 years ago, but everything seems like I bought it 3 or 4 years ago. And of course it does drop, the flock does drop off. And I do quite like it. I haven't got any pre-lit trees, simply because I've thought, well, what happens when they all start, the lights start going? And generally they don't have enough, to my liking, enough lights on, so you still have to put a string of lights on them, so I don't really bother with pre-lit. But so I've got that, and I've also got another one which I bought. Now, I've worked out, I didn't buy this 3 or 4 years ago, I worked out that this must be at least 25 years old, because I had it in my previous house when I lived with my son, and I remember buying it. It was just a sort of a fairly green tree. There's nothing singing and dancing about it, but it was a nice tree at the time, and I used that and well, for years. And when I met current husband and moved here, I brought it with me, and we used to use that. But now I put it outside, and it's not an outdoor tree. It's not specified for that. But it's absolutely fine. I just put lights on it, and it works. It doesn't seem to drop apart or anything. And it's 25 years old, so it's not bad really. So I've got a tree for outside, which I normally would put in the front, that tree. The flock one, which last year, if you watched my videos, I had 2 trees in my living room, a real one and this flock one. And I don't know what to do this year, whether to buy a real tree or not. I mean, I like a real tree. They smell lovely, and they're just something about them that just is much more Christmassy than a fake one. But I don't know. I've got the smallest house in the world, and I fill it up with Christmas trees. It's a bit stupid, isn't it? Anyway, so we'll decide on that. And so there's the flock one, the one I put outside now, and then I've got one of those that looks like a little tree that's got pre-lit berries on it. You know, like not a Christmas tree. It's just a trunk with a few branches on it with berries on that are lit. I don't know. I'm not explaining that very well. But this was good, because going in the loft at the weekend to sort out and reminding myself of what I've got about 10 tonne of garlands though, so I'm going to have to get rid of some of those. I just don't need them all. And I've also got a pencil tree, a fake pencil thin tree, which I might put in here actually. I thought it'd be nice to have something a bit Christmassy in this room, wouldn't it? if I can find a space for it. And what else have I got? I think that's it on the tree front. So, oh no, and the other ones I've got are, now I was watching a Christmas video and I can't remember what they were called. Somebody referred to this type of tree in a particular way, but basically it's a, I thought I had 3 of them, but I can only find 2, but the other one might turn up. I've got 2 or 3 different sizes of these trees, and they've got the branches that go down. They're quite thin, and they've got a metal plate at the bottom, so they just stand on this metal plate, and they've got those branches that go like this. And somebody called them a downwards, I don't know, can't remember what it was, but anyway, I've got some of those. I've been looking a lot of the videos of Christmas decorations in the last few days, and I've said this before, I know, that about the styles that everyone says, oh, new for this year, and basically nothing's new, because a lot of stuff I've just, I mean, the candy cane thing, I've got rid of all my candy cane stuff, because that was good for me for a few years, and then I just got bored with it, so anyway. Right, so I did get a few things from the garden centre, and it was really nice going out, because it just felt really Christmassy, and garden centre decorations are just so wonderful. They're set out in such a wonderful way. All of the garden centres seem to do this now, and I'm not knocking anyone like B&Q, well, B&Q, I suppose they sell that, don't they? B&M, B&Q, the range, all that, it's all, you know, they do lovely stuff, and it's all affordable, because it's just about affording things, isn't it? And I've not bought very much stuff, but I've got a few different ideas of what I'm going to do this year. So I will show you what I got. Now, at the front of my house, I've got, I'll try and show you a picture actually. Oh, by the way, she says, going off at a tangent, I did do my, you know, I did the pots in my back garden. I did them in my front garden at the weekend when we were at the garden centre. I did actually buy a few plants. I bought a hellebore, really big hellebore, a cyclamen, a nice big cyclamen, not the little ones I'd bought for the back, and some pansies, and I've planted those up, and I've already got some pots with some grasses in that I've had for years, and so I've just made a little display at the front, and then the Christmas tree, when it's time, can go out there as well. But if you can imagine, so I've got the plants, and then above that is my window, because we're talking about a depth of the front. We don't have a front garden, it's just an area, and I would say it's probably about 6 foot, maybe, not even that much. And the kitchen window's kind of in the middle of this space, and each side of the kitchen window I've got brackets where not brackets, what do you call them, that you hang the hanging baskets on? Brackets? And I thought, what I'll do, I'm waving my arms about, I thought what I'm going to do this year is I'm going to buy light up balls. Misses, and hang one either side. And I looked online and I couldn't really find anything that I thought, that looks nice, and forgot about it for a few days. And then when we went in the garden centre, I saw the very thing. So I'm going to show you. I bought 2 of these. Now, they were £35 each, I think, which is a lot, but they're not Christmassy, so they can stay out there, and they do seem to throw out quite a lot of light, so they can stay out there for, you know, as long as I want them to, subject to them lasting. But you know, they usually, the quality you get from a proper garden centre is, well, in my experience, it's pretty good. They feel quite substantial. They're mains, which I wanted, because in the kitchen it's just a lot easier for me for that. So here we go. I bought 2 of these, as I say. So this is what it looks like, and it's got quite a long cable with one of these well, I was going to say plug, but what are they called? Anyway, this plug. It's got a little hooky hangy up thing there, and I shall plug it in. Now, I plugged this in once the other day and it seemed really bright, so if you are light sensitive for any reason, please be aware. I'm just reaching over to the plug. Okay, well, you can probably see that it's quite bright, so I'm just going to hold it up in front of the camera now, so hopefully it won't give you a headache. Okay, well, hopefully you can see that that's lit up, and that is, for me, that is, I'll just unplug it so you can take your sunglasses off. For me, that is exactly what I wanted. I was thinking at first of getting those, I've seen them on videos and things, where they look like sort of a starburst thing. I was thinking of that at first, but then I saw these and I thought, oh no, these have got my name on. Well, they haven't, but you know. So I bought 2 of those, and we did buy a few baubles. Current husband is very good about all the Christmas stuff I put up. I can't praise him highly. I mean, it's not often nice to say nice things about him, but I can't praise him enough for putting up with anything I say, oh, let's do this or let's do that. He doesn't ever say, oh, well, you know, or the expense, or I don't want you to do that. You know, he just sort of lets me get on with it. And Christmas decorations, he comes round the shops with me sometimes, and what I like is he sometimes chooses things. Now, they're not always what I choose. I've got a sequined gonk in the other room that he chose, which I would never have chosen, but I mean, it does live here as well, and it's his Christmas as well, so he does pick up a few things. But one thing we do like is to choose a few baubles together, and although I've probably got 10 ton of baubles upstairs still, it doesn't hurt just to have a few new ones. And we're going to the Christmas markets in Cologne next month, and there might be some additional ones that we choose together, but you know, and he might well choose something then. So we did choose these together. Spoiler alert, he chose one. The ones he chose were the ones with the oh god, I'll show you. Let me get some scissors. I'm going to have to stand up. You'll see my jumper that's all creased up, sorry. Oh, right. Okay. These are the ones that he picked up that he liked, with the little I can never think what these blooming things are called. These little guys on them. Can you see okay? I realise that there's quite a lot of light. It's what you get with sitting in front of the window. And there's quite a lot of this burgundy colour, which is, as we know, if we've watched any YouTube videos about Christmas, that is all the rage. So I did get a couple of burgundy baubles, but I mean, I do have loads of different colours as well. So we got 2 of those, and these were $1.45 each, and I'm pretty sure they're shatterproof. So we got 2 of those, and then, I mean, they had some in the garden centre that we looked at the baubles in, which were £8 something and £9 something. Oh, I'm so sorry, excuse me. £8 something and £9 something. Now, even I'm not that mad. So there is a limit. If something's really special, like some that I've liked here and they're nearly a £5, you know, I've gone for them. But you've got to have a bit of sensible head on, haven't you? So, and then we got this one, which was $2.45. So that's basically green, red and gold. I don't know that I'm going to have some sort of colour scheme this year. I did used to do that, but you just think, oh, just if you like it, put it on. This one, the Christmas tree on it, which was, that was $5.49. That slipped through, didn't it? And there's another one like, oh no, see what's the difference? Because there's this one, which is £5.49. Let me just check that. Oh, this is Gisela Graham. That wasn't a very smart buy, was it? Because this is only £2.45. And I would say there's, apart from obviously the colour, there's very little difference. But, oh well, we'll just try not to drop this one. This brand is, oh, this is glass as well, Decoris. So that's the Christmas trees, they're not grenadiers, what are they? It'll come to me, you know what I mean anyway. And this one's £4.95. I thought that was lovely. It's got a poinsettias on it. And so we got 6 assorted ones there. Two of them are like that, so the other 4. And then I saw these. I was a bit of a taken in by the burgundy thing. Now these are £2.45. So there's this one, which is a flock. Quite a large one if you compare it to the size of this one. And that's Decoris as well. I got 3 of those. They had 3 different shapes. This sort of odd one. Now these might not go in the tree. I might put them in around the fireplace, or I don't know. I don't really know. Sorry, there's the round one. So I got 3, and they're all £2.45, which is, you know, it's quite enough to pay for a bauble, isn't it? I never really know till I get started. I've got an idea what tree I'm going to put where. Still haven't decided on the whether I'm going to have a real one or not as well. I don't know. And then the lady put tape on everything, so that you could see we'd paid for it, but it's sticking to everything else. Oh, what's this one? Oh, this is an additional one we must have got. Oh yeah, this is this one. I remember this one, yeah. This one is £4.95 as well. And they're just so pretty. But you know, if it's not in your budget, yeah, you can buy some absolutely beautiful, cheaper baubles. And I will use lots of baubles that I have from previous years. Some inevitably get dropped, and the glass ones, obviously you've had it then, haven't you? But the other thing I did, now over my kitchen and my dining room table, I've only got one living dining area. Over our table last year, I put a branch with things hanging off of it, candles, and that looked like they were floating, and well, you know, whatnot. And I've never taken the hooks out of the ceiling, which I keep looking out there and thinking, oh, I must do that. But then I think, oh, well, maybe because they've been quite useful when we've had birthdays in the year to hang banners from. So I've left them there. Nobody really looks at them. But anyway, this year, we're thinking, of having some baubles hanging down. I quite fancy different lengths with maybe some greenery on them or whatever. Get rid of the branch thing because I'm a bit past that now. I've had that branch for more than 3 years, I can tell you, a long time. So I have got some I did have some large baubles. Some of them I probably got rid of because they would have been candy cane. I've got some ancient ones in the loft, which were ones I got from Costco years ago, but they're a bit sort of boring. But I saw these. Now, if you look, that's how big it is. Not quite as big as my head. This again is Decoris. This is from another garden centre that we went to. The 2 we went to, if you live in my neck of the woods, I live in the Watford area, as I've said 100 times. So one we went to was called Smith's, which was in New Denham. just in case you live around this area and you want to go and have a look. Very impressed with their stuff, and I thought the prices were pretty good in there. And the other one was at St Albans, which is Aylitz, which is a real favourite of ours. It's a lovely, lovely place. There's also one called Burston's, which is not too far away at all. It's closer than St Albans, and we go in there a lot as well. Lovely plants. I know they're more expensive, but I've never had anything from there that I thought, no plants or anything. So anyway, so I got these, and if you can see, it's kind of, I don't know how well this shows up, but it is kind of sparkly. All these, this sort of relief is sparkly. So, and it's shatterproof. And I saw these, and like I say, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do yet. These little things, and these are $1.45. I bought 3 of them, so we've got 3 of these. Now these were $9.99 or $9.95 or something, which I know, but I do like them. And you've got to make yourself happy, haven't you? So I got these as well, and I'm thinking maybe they could go here with some greenery on or something. I don't know. I honestly don't know what I'm going to do yet, but they might just go somewhere entirely different. It just depends on the day how I feel. So I've got 3 of these little things. Did I say how much they were? $1.45. And let's just move this out of the way. Yeah, I mean, it's just beginning to look a lot like Christmas, isn't it? I also saw these, which was a bit of an impulse buy, and they were quite expensive actually. These were $14.95 from Aylitz, and but they're these. And again, we're going with this burgundy thing, so I am being a bit of a slave to the trend there, I think, but this is it. And I don't know whether these are going on the tree, on the baubles, in a garland. I will have a think about that. They could potentially go on one of these big ones. We could sort of pimp the baubles up a bit, couldn't we? And so that was those. And I also got the last couple of things, which I'm dreading getting out because they're a couple of garlands, and they always make a bit of a mess, don't they? So let's just move these out of the way. I didn't say, by the way, again, I know I say this every time, but I genuinely mean it. Thank you ever so much for all the comments that you sent last week from Friday's video. You know, it's really nice that you're so kind and you're so I mean, I'm sure a lot of you don't really care, but there's enough of you that always write to me. Anybody that I did have somebody, sorry, I will finish the sentence. Somebody did say that they'd watched me for a long time, but they'd never commented before, and I thought that was so nice that they'd seen, you know, felt like they wanted to, because I suppose the more I usually get sort of over 100 comments, which I'm really lucky. I'm not saying that's every video. Sometimes I get more, sometimes I get a bit less, and I do try and reply to everyone. And as I've said before, if I haven't replied to you, please let me know, because I must have just missed your comment, because I do read everything I can find, but they sometimes go into different bits of YouTube and I have to just double check everything. Because I figure, as I always say, if you've got the time to take the time to contact me and give me some feedback, or just, you know, tell me anything, tell me if we've talked about something and you've got your experience. I mean, I love reading all those videos. I love reading all those comments, and I'm so pleased you watch my videos, and it's so nice to engage with people, and that's the whole point of it, really, because I could sit here doing this and and it will, you know, if there was sort of some of you watched me but didn't bother communicating with me, I wouldn't really have a clue where to go or what to do next, and I wouldn't know how to construct my videos. A lot of you like to listen to a bit of chat. I don't know whether it's the age group I appeal to that likes just to have a little bit of a chat with somebody. I know it's all a bit of a one-way street, but that, you know, you commenting back to me it's not, you know, because I feel like I do feel like I know some of you and recognise your names coming up. I can't remember everybody's name, and some of your names, when you come up on the your little sort of name on YouTube, your YouTube name, I don't know what you call that, isn't your actual name. And there's a few of you now that I can remember what your name is, but if you don't, but I don't want to call you the wrong thing. I have done that before, and I don't want to offend anyone, so, but I do try and remember. But yeah, it's so nice for you to take the time, and I will reply in some shape or form. I try not to just do hearts. If you've just sent me a heart, I might do a heart back. But if you've written something out, you know, I read it, and I don't always go through every point you raise, but I really do enjoy it. So please keep the comments coming. I know that I didn't ever used to comment on people's videos before I was a YouTuber, because I thought they probably won't bother reading it or replying. But, you know, the people I messaged did. And you think, oh. So, yeah, it's engaging. And so please, if you know, do it, if you feel like you'd like to. If you don't, that's fine. But, you know, and give me some feedback. Hopefully nothing too horrible. But if you... so things like, for example, the clothing hauls, which I keep saying I'm going to do, and I'm looking for stuff that I want to buy to show you. I'm really struggling with it. At the moment I'm on jumpers because we're going to Cologne and I want to get a few new jumpers to take, because obviously it's not going to be a beach holiday. We're only there for a couple of days and I need jumpers for the winter anyway. But a lot of you have said that you're not really all that bothered about clothing hauls. And the other thing, a lot of YouTubers do promotions from, they're sent products from companies and do promotions on them. And a lot of you have said to me that you're a bit sick of all that. You don't really want to watch somebody who in your eyes is trying to sell something. Because of course that's the way a lot of YouTubers make money. No one's ever offered me anything, so I've never had the problem. Yeah, it would be nice to have some extra income. But I mean, I didn't start doing YouTube for that. I did it because, well, I just fancied giving it a go, and I'm really pleased I did. So I've got off of Christmas decorations a bit. You'll be glad to know I've nearly finished anyway, because as I say, I've got some stuff to do today and I need to get on. But the last two things that I bought were 2 garlands. Now, I know you're thinking, well, she just said she's got hundreds of garlands, she doesn't need any more, and you would be right. I do, but I always put other stuff in them. I don't just put the garland up and that's it. And some of them have seen better days, and some of them I've had for such a long time, they're not even very nice quality. This is my excuse and I'm sticking to it. And I did actually really fancy buying one of those, are they called Norfolk pine garlands? You know, the ones that are kind of sweep. They look a bit like this, but this isn't it. They kind of look a bit like, the branches are a bit like this, and you see lots of YouTubers put them around their mantelpieces and whatever. And I thought, oh, because I do like a mantelpiece garland. And you can buy them from Amazon, but both the garden centres I went in, I had a look and they didn't have anything like that. So I thought, you know, sod it. They haven't got them, so that's it. So anyway, one of the garlands I bought was this one, which was $11.99 for a, let's see how long this one is. Oh, the thing just fell off. Everlasting Christmas trees, everlasting Christmas trees. Oh, that doesn't say. Oh, hang on. Oh, 1.8 metres. So almost 2, showing you that, I don't show you, I mean to show you this. So, oh, I mean there's stuff's going everywhere, I have to get the Hoover out. But, so that's what that's like, and I thought that would look nice in an existing garland probably, or maybe not, I might not do that at all. So I'll put that back in there, because that's making a mess. Oh, and I've got some cable ties as well. So not that they're terribly interesting, but in case I will need cable ties to attach stuff for Christmas, so I bought those. And this is the other one I bought, which was £8.99, and this is 180 as well. And this is similar. I think it was from the same place, Smith's Garden Centre. I don't know whether that's a chain over the country or not, but and it's kind of sparkly frosted, if you see. So I'm really quite pleased with that. So my plan now is not to buy any more stuff unless I see something that I just really want. I've got to put that caveat in, because I don't, sometimes you just see things and you think, oh my God, I've got to have that. And I was, before I go though, I will go on to say, if it's putting you off watching my videos that talk about Christmas, if I say, as I say, you're not interested in Christmas, it's a bit of a balance, isn't it? Because I think you're expected as somebody on YouTube at this time of year to go with the flow and decorate and buy decorations. I mean, I'm not going to be going around B&M or anything and doing endless hauls of that. This is kind of it, I think. But there obviously are people out there who don't celebrate Christmas for all sorts of reasons, and there's a lot of people who are very sad at Christmas for all sorts of reasons as well. And the last thing you want is somebody sitting here going on about a bit of glitter on a bauble. But you kind of have to. I like it and I celebrate it, and my Christmas will be a bit different this year because the decorations and that I'm kind of not doing anything particular for children. Last year and years preceding, I've done elf decorations, had going up the stairs. Last year they were in the downstairs loo, if you watched my video, and that because the grandchildren really like all that. But we're not going to have a situation where there's going to be a lot of grandchildren here on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve or Boxing Day. We're doing other things. So, and I'm just over it. I just don't want to do it anymore. I'm bored with it. So I'm going a bit more grown up. And so I hope it won't put you off watching my videos. But if it does, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be talking about Christmas every single video. So don't worry about that. It might come up in conversation, but it won't be the sole reason for doing videos. So put this out of the way. Yeah, we've got a nice glittery tabletop. I think that's everything for this morning. It's only 10 to 9, so I'm all right for time, because I've got a new phone. This is my Christmas present from current husband. So I've got a new phone, and I haven't got a clue how to set the thing up because I've got so much on my old one. So I'm going over to my daughter's today and she's going to help me. And the last time I got a new phone, which wasn't all that long ago, but the one I've got currently is just so slow. If I try and I have to keep switching it off and like rebooting it all the time. Control or delete, switch it off and reboot it. And it's just driving me nuts, and it's always when I want something in a hurry, when I'm looking something up in a hurry. So anyway, I'm going over to my daughter's and a bit of a catch up about my son's party that he's having for his 40th just before Christmas. I came up with the idea, and it's not an original idea. I might have said this before. About finding some photographs of him from when he was little or young, a lot younger. Did I say he's 40? Probably. And doing it like a recreation of it. So you see people, it's not an original idea. I haven't thought of it. I've seen it in places before, or, I don't know. I don't really look at YouTube. Not YouTube. I've no idea about TikTok. I've never been on that. I've no interest in TikTok. I do have an Instagram account, and some of you have kind of liked me or followed me or whatever, but I never think to use it. I suppose I should, but I just forget. And people put those shorts on, don't they, of them sort of, I don't know, just going to the camera or something, and I suppose I should do that, but I just don't. So yeah, where was I going with this? Hang on a sec. Oh yeah, that was it. I don't want to sort of lose it. I've got lots of texts on there with information on things, messages from people that I care about that I don't want. And the last time I got a phone, it all kind of disappeared. So I didn't change the stuff over. I know you just put the SIM card, is it a SIM card, in another phone, but it doesn't seem to be as simple as that for me. So yeah, my daughter's going to help me with that. So I'm looking forward to having a new phone, and hopefully that'll be a bit quicker. Anyway, that is enough for today. Thank you so much for watching me. I will see you again on Friday. I don't think it's going to be a Christmas subject on Friday, so you're probably safe there. It's so nice to have you know, for you to communicate with me. I'm so pleased you do. So keep up the good work if you've got the time to do that, and if you're interested in doing that. Keep well, take care, enjoy the bit of sunshine we've got. I'm in the southeast of England, and I've got a couple of sunny days coming up. I hope we all have. It's getting a bit colder now, but you know, it's November, isn't it? What do you expect? And I will see you very soon. Bye bye for now.